Okay, so it sounds like you're looking to really get ahead of the curve in the UAE property market by 2025.
Looking for those hidden gems.
Exactly. Uncover those golden opportunities that everyone else might be missing.
Smart move.
Well, you've definitely come to the right place.
We can help with that.
You sent over this incredible stack of research, this UAE Property Market Analysis 2025, Trends, Forecasts, and Investment Insights.
Wow.
It's impressive.
It really is quite the treasure map.
And we're going to decode it together in this deep dive.
I love that analogy. And you're right, the UAE market is just brimming with potential.
Absolutely.
But it's a fast-paced game.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly evolving. So this deep dive should really give you that edge to navigate it successfully.
All right, let's kick off our treasure hunt with a look at the playground of the ultra-wealthy.
Sounds fun.
This report really does paint a picture of Dubai and Abu Dhabi dripping in luxury.
Dripping is the right word.
We're talking Palm Jumeirah,
Of course.
where a recent study showed properties with integrated smart home systems are commanding a 15% price premium.
Really?
Yeah, and then there's Dubai Hills Estate,
Love that area.
a sprawling oasis with championship golf courses, and Saadiyat Island in Abu Dhabi, a cultural haven boasting the Louvre Abu Dhabi.
The Louvre.
I know.
It's incredible.
So what's fascinating to me is that this isn't just about flashy names and addresses.
No, it's not.
Global political stability plays a huge role in this,
Huge.
combined with the UAE's reputation as a business hub.
Right.
And then you add on this constant influx of expats with discerning tastes.
Yeah, they want the best.
All contributing to this huge demand for these luxury properties.
Makes sense.
But wait, hold on. Isn't it a bit risky to put all your eggs in this luxury basket?
That's a good point.
What if the global landscape shifts?
Well, there are always risks, of course.
Yeah.
But remember that the UAE has consistently attracted high net worth individuals seeking a safe haven for their investments. And these luxury properties, especially those with unique features like waterfront views or sustainable design,
Yeah.
they're much more likely to hold their value.
Speaking of sustainability, the report highlights how the UAE is weaving this into its urban fabric,
Really?
particularly with these new master-planned communities.
Oh, interesting.
So you have Dubai Sustainable City, for instance, which aims to be entirely self-sufficient,
Wow.
generating its own energy and recycling water.
That's impressive.
And then there's Al Barari, a green haven in the desert.
I've heard good things.
They even have an on-site plant nursery.
No way.
I know that propagates over 800 plant species.
800 plant species. That's incredible.
It's impressive, right?
It is.
The UAE is taking its green agenda very seriously,
Yeah.
and investors are paying attention.
As they should.
Sustainable living is not just a trend anymore.
It's not.
It's a lifestyle choice.
It really is.
And it's attracting a whole new generation of eco-conscious buyers and renters.
Makes sense.
Okay, this is where my inner tech geek gets a little bit excited.
So I know what you mean.
Smart homes are becoming a major selling point.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
And the report's saying they're not just a gimmick.
Right.
We're talking AI that anticipates your needs, adjusts the temperature before you even realize you're uncomfortable, optimizes energy consumption.
Wow.
It sounds a bit like a sci-fi movie, doesn't it?
It does.
But this is the reality of where we are.
The future is here.
Exactly.
And for investors, this translates to a very compelling value proposition.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're offering a home that's not only comfortable and stylish, but also incredibly efficient.
Right.
That's a big draw for tenants and for future buyers.
Yeah.
It directly impacts rental yields and capital appreciation.
So it's not just about fancy gadgets.
No,
it's about future-proofing these properties.
Absolutely.
But let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the golden visa,
Okay.
which seems to be attracting investors like moths to a flame.
It's a popular one.
The report calls it a game changer.
Yeah. But I have to admit, I'm a bit fuzzy on some of the details.
Oh, yeah. Happy to break it down.
What's the real scoop here?
The Golden Visa is a long-term residency program that has been instrumental in attracting foreign investment.
Okay.
Before 2019, long-term residency was pretty much unheard of in the Gulf region.
Really?
Yeah, it was. But the UAE really shook things up by introducing this 5-year renewable visa for investors, entrepreneurs, and specialized talents.
So that was a pretty big change.
Huge change.
Wow.
And then in 2020, they sweetened the deal with the 10-year golden visa,
Oh, what?
granting even more security and flexibility.
So it's kind of like a golden ticket to a stable and prosperous life in the UAE.
Yeah, you could say that.
But is it really accessible, or is it just for the super rich?
Well, it's not a free pass.
Right.
but it's more attainable than you might think.
Okay.
There are different categories for investors, entrepreneurs, exceptional talents. For instance, investors putting 2 million dirhams into real estate can secure a 10-year golden visa. Okay, so there are options, but it still requires a pretty significant commitment.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
the report mentions specific areas that are likely to really benefit from this influx of golden visa holders.
Yeah.
Dubai, Silicon Oasis, Jumeirah Lake Towers, and DIFC. What makes these locations so special?
Well, these areas are designed for business.
Okay.
Dubai Silicon Oasis is a tech hub with a free zone that attracts startups and established companies alike.
Oh, wow.
Jumeirah Lake Towers, or JLT, offers a mix of residential and commercial properties very popular with young professionals and entrepreneurs.
And DIFC.
The IFC. The Dubai International Financial Center is a global financial hub with a sophisticated infrastructure and a regulatory environment that rivals leading financial centers worldwide.
So, ease of doing business, a thriving ecosystem, and the added benefit of this golden visa. It's a pretty potent cocktail
It is.
for global investors seeking stability and growth.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, does this influx of expats create any challenges,
Like what?
like increased competition or rising property prices?
That's a good question. It's true that a growing population can put some upward pressure on prices,
Right.
but the UAE government is very proactive in managing this.
Oh, good.
They're constantly developing new areas, releasing land for construction to ensure a healthy supply of properties.
That makes sense.
Plus, the Golden Visa program has a very positive ripple effect on the economy,
Oh, yeah.
boosting various sectors, including real estate.
All right, so we've explored the world of luxury, living, sustainable developments, the allure of this golden visa.
We've covered a lot.
But this treasure map keeps unfolding,
Oh.
and it's leading us into uncharted territory.
Uncharted territory. I like
The
that.
world of blockchain and tokenization.
Ooh, getting technical.
This is where things get really interesting,
I agree.
wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. The UAE, particularly Dubai, is positioning itself as a global pioneer in this space.
It's so cutting edge.
It really is. It's not just about hype. It's about creating a regulatory environment that fosters innovation
Okay.
and attracts the brightest minds in fintech and blockchain technology.
So the report explains how blockchain can actually revolutionize property transactions.
How so?
Increased transparency, reduced fraud, and streamlined processes. It sounds like a win-win.
It does sound good.
But I have to admit, the concept of tokenization still feels a bit abstract to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Can you break it down for me and for our listeners who I'm sure are just as curious?
Of course. So imagine you own a luxury villa on Palm Jumeirah.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Now, you can divide that villa into digital tokens,
Okay.
each representing a fraction of ownership.
Interesting.
These tokens can then be traded on a blockchain platform, allowing you to sell portions of your property to multiple investors.
So it's like owning a piece of a Picasso, but instead of a painting, it's a piece of prime real estate.
Exactly. And it opens up a world of possibilities.
I could see that.
Smaller investors who previously couldn't afford an entire luxury property can now invest in a fraction of it.
Oh, wow.
It democratizes the market, and it brings much-needed liquidity to an otherwise illiquid asset class.
Hold on, wouldn't that create a more volatile market
Potentially?
with prices fluctuating based on these token transactions? I mean, it's one thing to buy and sell stocks, but real estate has always felt more stable.
You raise a valid point. Tokenization can indeed introduce more volatility, especially in the short term.
Right.
However, it also creates opportunities for more sophisticated trading strategies
Okay.
and portfolio diversification.
Yeah.
And remember, the UAE is committed to creating a secure and regulated environment for tokenized assets,
Right.
which should mitigate some of these risks.
So it's a bold move, but one that could potentially redefine how we invest in real estate.
For sure.
It's definitely something to watch closely, especially as we head towards 2025.
Absolutely. The UAE is paving the way, and it's going to be fascinating to see how tokenization unfolds in the coming years.
Yeah,
It could be a real game changer for investors of all sizes.
for sure. But for now, let's step back from this futuristic world of tokenization
Okay.
and explore a trend that's already making waves, short-term rentals.
Ah, yes, the rise of the digital nomad and the Airbnb generation.
Exactly. The report suggests that this trend is only going to accelerate,
I think you're right.
particularly in tourist hotspots like Dubai and Marina downtown Dubai, and of course, Palm Jumeirah.
Oh, of course.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
People are always going to want to experience those iconic locations.
Makes sense.
But is it a smart investment?
Yeah, is it just a passing fad?
That's the question.
I'd say it's definitely more than a fad.
Okay.
Short-term rentals really tap into that growing demand for flexible travel and, those unique experiences.
Right.
And platforms like Airbnb have made it so incredibly easy for both hosts and guests to connect,
Yeah.
creating this global marketplace for temporary accommodations.
Okay, so it's tapping into a real need, but is it really a solid investment?
That's the question.
Instead of dealing with those long-term tenants, you've got like a revolving door of guests,
Yeah,
which sounds like a lot of work.
it can be. But, for the right investor,
Yeah.
it can be very rewarding. Imagine owning a stylish apartment
Okay.
overlooking the Burj Khalifa.
All right, I'm listening.
You could potentially earn so much more by renting it out on a nightly basis compared to a traditional long-term lease.
Really?
A study by, a reputable real estate firm
Yeah.
showed that strategically located short-term rentals in Dubai generated, on average, 30% higher returns compared to long-term rentals.
30%, that's nothing to sneeze at.
It's not.
So location is key, but what about all the other stuff?
What do you mean?
Furnishing, managing bookings, dealing with, those inevitable difficult guests.
Well, those are definitely important factors to consider.
Yeah.
You'll need to furnish your property to really appeal to that short-term rental market.
Right.
So you want to create a stylish and comfortable space with all the amenities that guests would expect.
Right, of course.
Managing bookings can be streamlined through platforms like Airbnb,
Right.
and there are even property management companies that can handle everything from guest communication to cleaning and maintenance for a fee.
So there are ways to make it manageable, but it's definitely not passive income.
Not really.
It's more like running a mini hospitality business.
It kind of is.
But hey, if you enjoy that kind of thing and you've got an eye for design, it could be a fun and profitable venture.
For sure.
Now, the report mentioned that both local and international investors are finding success in this market.
They are.
That's pretty interesting.
It is. The short-term rental market in the UAE attracts a very diverse range of investors.
Okay.
Some are local residents who are just leveraging that extra space to generate some additional income.
Makes sense.
Others are international investors who see this as a way to tap into that booming tourism industry in Dubai and other Emirates.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Luxury properties, sustainable communities, the Golden Visa program, the mind-boggling world of blockchain and tokenization,
Yeah, we really have.
and now the ins and outs of short-term rentals.
It's a lot.
It's clear that the UAE property market is this dynamic and exciting landscape with options for everyone.
And that's what makes it so compelling. It does.
The UAE has managed to create an environment that attracts both, those large institutional investors
Yeah,
and individual buyers just looking for a place to call home.
it's amazing.
It's a real melting pot of cultures and investment strategies,
I love that.
all fueled by that spirit of innovation and a desire for growth.
So for our listener out there eager to make their mark on the UAE property market, what's the key takeaway here?
That's a good question.
We've given you a glimpse into these trends and opportunities, but where do you fit in?
It all starts with defining your investment goals.
Okay.
Are you seeking long-term capital appreciation?
Right.
Steady rental income?
Makes sense.
Or perhaps you're drawn to the flexibility and higher potential returns of those short-term rentals.
Maybe you're an eco-warrior at heart,
Could be.
drawn to those sustainable communities sprouting up in the desert. Or perhaps you're a tech enthusiast, fascinated by the possibilities of blockchain and tokenized real estate.
Yeah, there are so many options.
The UAE offers something for everyone.
It really does. But it's crucial to do your research.
Oh, yeah.
Understand those risks involved.
Very important.
And choose an investment strategy that really aligns with your goals and risk tolerance.
Couldn't agree more.
Don't be afraid to think outside the box.
Please.
Explore those different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And really consider those emerging trends like tokenization that could redefine the market in the years to come.
That's a good point.
After all, this deep dive is just the beginning of your journey.
Exactly. Remember, knowledge is power. And by staying informed and engaged,
Right.
you can navigate this really exciting market with confidence and make those savvy moves that will lead to success.
We've armed you with the insights.
We have.
But the real adventure starts now.
It does.
So go out there, explore those opportunities,
Yeah.
and don't forget to share your success stories with us.
We want to hear them.
We'll be here ready to dive into that next fascinating topic that piques your curiosity. Until then, happy investing.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different strategies, from luxury apartments to sustainable living and even dipping our toes into that world of blockchain.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
But there's one more piece of this UAE property puzzle that we haven't fully explored.
Okay.
It's something that might be particularly interesting to you, considering your desire for flexibility and potentially, high returns.
You're talking about vacation rentals, right?
Yes, exactly. This segment really ties back to Dubai's booming tourism industry.
It does.
It's not just a place for business anymore.
Not at all.
It's a global destination for leisure and entertainment.
It really is.
I mean, who wouldn't want to spend a week soaking up the sun on Jumeirah Beach or exploring that futuristic cityscape of Dubai Marina?
I know, right?
And with platforms like Airbnb making it easier than ever to find and book these vacation rentals,
That's easy.
it seems like a pretty smart investment opportunity. I think so. You spot on. It's a win-win situation. Tourists get a more personalized and often more affordable experience than staying in a traditional hotel.
I can see that.
And savvy investors can leverage their properties to generate, substantial income.
Okay, I'm sold on the concept.
Good.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What are the key factors to consider when it comes to investing in a vacation rental property in the UAE?
Well, location is absolutely paramount. Think about it. If you're a tourist coming to Dubai for a week-long vacation,
Okay.
are you going to choose a property miles away from the action?
Probably not.
Or one that's right in the heart of a vibrant district like Dubai Marina or downtown Dubai?
Right next to the action.
Exactly.
Mm.
Proximity to those key attractions, beaches, transportation hubs is absolutely crucial for maximizing your occupancy rates and your rental income.
So it's all about putting yourself in the tourist's shoes.
It is.
What else should investors kind of keep in mind?
Well, the type and quality of the property are equally important.
Hmm.
Are you targeting families,
Yeah.
couples, or solo travelers? Each segment has different needs and preferences. A family might prefer a spacious villa with multiple bedrooms and a private pool,
Right.
while a couple might be perfectly happy with a stylish one-bedroom apartment with stunning views.
Yeah, that makes sense. You need to cater to your target audience.
Hmm.
What about those all-important amenities? What are the must-haves for a successful vacation rental?
Well, today's travelers expect a certain level of comfort and convenience, right?
Ah, of course.
High-speed Wi-Fi, a fully equipped kitchen, comfortable bedding. These are non-negotiables. But it's those extra touches that can really set your property apart.
Okay, like what?
Think about a welcome basket with local treats, an espresso machine for that morning coffee fix, or even a dedicated workspace for those who, need to blend work and pleasure.
Oh, that's a good idea. So it's all about creating a memorable and hassle-free experience for your guests.
Exactly. Positive reviews are gold in the vacation rental world. They build trust and credibility and ultimately attract more guests. But remember, managing a vacation rental is a business.
It is a business.
It requires effort and attention to detail.
What are some of the challenges that investors should be prepared for?
Well, you'll need to handle bookings, guest communication, cleaning, maintenance, and, potentially deal with those unexpected issues that might arise. You'll also need to stay on top of local regulations and licensing requirements for short-term rentals.
Oh, right.
Some areas have stricter rules than others.
So it's not a completely passive income stream.
Not really.
But for those who enjoy that hospitality aspect and are willing to put in the work, it can be a very rewarding experience.
Absolutely.
And let's be honest, the idea of owning a piece of paradise in the UAE and sharing it with travelers from around the world is pretty appealing.
It's very appealing. It definitely has its allure.
Yeah.
And as the tourism industry in the UAE continues to flourish, the demand for vacation rentals is only expected to grow.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
This presents a fantastic opportunity for those looking to diversify their investment portfolio and capitalize on Dubai's, global appeal.
Well, there you have it. We've explored the ins and outs of investing in vacation rentals in the UAE, from choosing the right location and property to providing those all-important amenities and navigating the operational side of things. We've covered the key aspects.
I think we did a good job.
Now it's up to you, our listener, to take this knowledge and explore the possibilities that resonate with your investment goals and lifestyle.
Absolutely. Remember, the UAE property market is dynamic and constantly evolving. But with careful planning, due diligence, and a bit of, adventurous spirit, you can find your own piece of the pie.
That's a good point.
Whether you're drawn to the glitz and glamour of luxury apartments, the eco-conscious havens of sustainable communities, or the vibrant pulse of that vacation rental market, there's an opportunity waiting to be seized.
As we wrap up this deep dive into the UAE property market in 2025, we hope you've gained some valuable insights and a renewed sense of excitement for the possibilities that lie ahead.
It's an exciting market.
We've navigated the trends, explored the opportunities, and uncovered those hidden gems that make this market so unique.
It really is a unique market.
The UAE is a land of innovation, ambition, and boundless opportunity, and the property market reflects that spirit.
It really does.
So go out there, do your research, explore those neighborhoods that spark your interest, and don't be afraid to take that leap of faith.
What are you waiting for?
We're confident that with the knowledge you've gained from this deep dive, you'll be well equipped to make informed decisions and embark on a successful property investment journey in the UAE.
I agree.
And remember, we're always here to guide you through the ever-changing landscape of the property world.
We are.
So stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for our next deep dive into a topic that's sure to pique your interest.
We'll see you next time.
Until then, happy investing, and may your property ventures in the UAE be filled with success and satisfaction.